When people think about the dangers of non-stick rice cookers, one health concern that occasionally comes up is something called polymer fume fever. Polymer fume fever is a temporary flu-like illness that can occur when a non-stick coating, commonly known as Teflon or PTFE, is heated to extremely high temperatures and begins to break down. When this happens, it can release fumes into the air. If those fumes are inhaled, they can trigger a reaction in the body. Human case reports have documented symptoms such as fever, chills, headache, muscle aches, cough, chest discomfort, and a general feeling of sickness similar to the flu. In most cases, symptoms appear several hours after exposure and typically last between 24 and 48 hours before resolving on their own. The important question is whether this can happen with a rice cooker. To answer that, we first need to understand how a non-stick rice cooker works. Most rice cookers use an inner pot coated with PTFE. During cooking, water inside the pot limits the temperature to around 100 degrees Celsius, which is the boiling point of water. This is important because PTFE does not begin to break down at 100 degrees Celsius. Research shows that significant breakdown occurs at much higher temperatures, generally above 260 degrees Celsius. This means that under normal cooking conditions, a rice cooker operates far below the temperature required to produce the fumes associated with polymer fume fever. However, there are situations where the risk could increase. One example is dry heating. Imagine someone accidentally turns on a rice cooker without adding water or food. Without water to control the temperature, the pot can become much hotter than it would during normal cooking. If the temperature continues to rise high enough, the non-stick coating may begin to degrade and release fumes. Another possible situation involves a malfunction. If a rice cooker's temperature control system fails and the appliance overheats, the same process could occur. While modern rice cookers are designed with safety features to prevent this, no appliance is completely immune to failure. Human research on polymer fume fever comes largely from industrial settings and cases involving severely overheated nonstick cookware. Workers exposed to overheated PTFE materials and individuals who accidentally overheated nonstick pans have reported symptoms consistent with polymer fume fever. Medical reports describe these symptoms as temporary and reversible. Most people recover completely within 1 or 2 days. There is currently no strong evidence showing long-term health damage from typical cases of polymer fume fever, although the experience can be uncomfortable and alarming. What makes rice cookers different from frying pans is temperature. A frying pan left unattended on a stove can quickly exceed 260 degrees Celsius. A rice cooker, on the other hand, relies on water and automatic temperature controls, making extreme overheating much less likely. Even so, experts recommend avoiding the use of damaged or heavily worn nonstick pots. If the coating is peeling, severely scratched, or visibly degraded, replacing the inner pot or the appliance itself may be a sensible precaution. It is also a good idea to avoid running a rice cooker empty and to ensure that safety features are functioning properly. These simple steps help maintain the conditions under which the nonstick coating remains stable. So what is the takeaway? Polymer fume fever is a real condition documented in human research. It occurs when fumes from severely overheated PTFE are inhaled. Symptoms can include fever, chills, headache, cough, and flu-like discomfort. But when it comes to rice cookers, the risk is tied to abnormal overheating, not normal cooking. Under ordinary use, the temperature inside a rice cooker remains far below the level at which PTFE begins to break down. In other words, polymer fume fever is a real hazard in cases of extreme overheating, but it is not something that human research identifies as a normal risk of cooking rice in a properly functioning non-stick rice cooker.